Hey everyone, it's Sebastian here with Ignite Your Craft. Hope you're doing well. We have not made a video in a while. We have been so busy and wrapped up with our boot camp that we're almost done with our founders group. They have been phenomenal. Hopefully we have some great candle makers that come out of this boot camp. We're thrilled about that, but we have not been able to make videos for the group. So hopefully this will kind of help you guys out. I know we've had a lot of new members over the last few weeks. Thank you very much for joining our Facebook group, which is Candle Making from a Hobby to a Business, where we just kind of share our story. And kind of a little bit of that quick background is just over 2 years ago. It's been 2 years and almost 2 weeks now. We sold our first candle, and now we've got 2 shops. So we're opening a 3rd shop in about a month now. Oh gosh, if we can get to it, get it done in time. And we're selling online. We're doing wholesale. We're doing all the things, and nothing special. We just we like to make candles, and we work really hard, and that's how we do it. So let me get to some questions. I'm actually going to go up front to the front of the shop because I got my laptop up here, and in case I have to reference any of our products. So this is our shop. So this is store number 2. So this is our Grand Haven location. Here it is. There's some retail items, our front window. We've got a fabulous front door there. Big windows, which we love. It's a busy traffic area. It's just kind of slow right now. It's still cold. We're in Michigan. It's still really cold. And then here are most of our candle lines and things that we sell, that we make all across this wall. Of course, we got this table here behind us, and then we do some pour your own in the back. We kind of diversify our business up as much as we can, from doing some pour your own. We do a lot of private label for other shops and other businesses and companies. We also obviously make a lot of different candles lines. We actually have a couple of really cool ones coming out. So just stay tuned and we'll share that with you. But I want to pull up some of your questions here. I got my laptop out. So what it is whenever people join the group, there's a question of like, where are you at? What stage are you in? And what questions do you have? And so I record all those questions down so that we can go through them. And so hopefully that helps let you all know we're trying to help you out with whatever phase of the business you're in. So I'm just going to go through here. Any that are really specific to like mixing, blending, wicking, vessels, those type of things, I leave those questions for Chad. He's the expert. He's the nose for our brand. He's the one that blends all of our scents. I do more of the sales, operations, and marketing, and things like that. So that's kind of, I take the business questions. He takes the candle making questions. We try to do these together, but now that we have multiple shops, we are working in multiple locations, so we can't always do that. So I'll try to make this quick because I know my videos go long, so I ramble a lot, but we're going to try to go quick through this. First question, can you make a living with the income from selling candles? Absolutely. I mean, we do it. There's lots of people that do it. You know, I always like to say, like, we're nothing special. We're not unique. I mean, we are unique. We work really hard. I think most people give up, and that's why they don't succeed. But we make our living. When Chad went full time with it, when we opened our first shop, and then I joined like 3 months later. So February 2022, we sold our first candle online. We started doing markets after that. So that was like May, June, we were doing that. Retail space came available in July, and we just said, let's do it. Let's go all in. So he started running that shop August 1st of 2022. So not even 2 years ago, opened that shop up. And then I came on board in October. Just a few months later, we were getting traction. I was still growing our wholesale accounts. And so that's kind of how we do it. And so, yeah, I mean, we make a living off of it, and you can too. And we've got a staff of now, we just had to hire for this new store. So we are up to like 7 employees. So, yeah, so, you know, you can make a living off this. Yes. What scents to start selling? I don't want to purchase 40 scents that don't sell. Good question. So we blend almost all of our candles as far as the fragrances. We don't usually resell right out of the bottle that we buy from our suppliers. That's the fun, that's the creative part that we like to do. Chad likes to do, I should say. And so he likes to blend everything. However, to answer the question of what scents to start selling, our top selling scents are what we consider like the bright and citrus theme. Actually, you know, let me just go show you. This might be beneficial for you. So these here are our classics. So these are, we have 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are our classics. These are year rounds. We always sell them. We don't take them away. They're always for sale. I need to replace one that I just sold, I guess. And we have them kind of displayed on our front table as well. So people see them when they come in, they pick them up, start smelling those. So we started with 10 cents. And 10 cents is probably, I mean, if you can do it, it's great. It's great for having a variety. However, you don't necessarily need that many. If we were going to start all over again, I would say 6 cents, but I would make sure that I covered the right categories, being citrus, fruit, scents that are bright, fresh. Like a grapefruit right now is really popular. Lemons are always going to be what go well. This orange PR Hello Sunshine does really well. These are the biggest 2 selling scents. Okay. And then it goes down here to, we have a masculine scent, mahogany driftwood. And then we have the seaside spa, which is something like that. It's a water lily, sandalwood. It's a softer, think, getting a massage, being at a spa type of thing, right? So those 2 do really well. And then also just having something like a lavender, here. And then also our peace of mind, which is like a mint verbatim. Those are great. The ones that don't sell as well, we have this other one that's masculine, but it's more like a tobacco, cypress, bergamot mix. It does okay, but it does well enough to keep it, but it doesn't do as well as the other ones. That mahogany scent, people just love that. Like, it's the mahogany, like teak wood. It's our alternative version of it. It's different than what Bath and Body Works has, but that's a scent that everyone, if they're going to like a masculine scent, they're going to like that candle. So having something like that in your line is good. So if we were going to, and the others of these are going to be like a floral. This is summer rain. It's going to be like that fresh grass and rainwater, kind of a blend that we came up with some lemongrass. But the other couple are florals, which just don't do as well for us. And that's in all markets. So that's like on our online sales, our markets that we do all around West Michigan here, and then also in our store. The florals just don't do that well. So if we were going to start over, I would axe those florals. However, lavender is always good. It's a popular scent. Don't do lilac. Let me tell you something here. I'm giving our tips away here, our secrets away. So we used to have this candle here, Spring Blossom. We always admit when we're wrong. We were very, very wrong about this candle. So this is a very, 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 very heavy lilac scent. When we started, which I think this is the next question, how many to start with? We started with 30 of everything. So we had 10 scents. This is shaking like crazy. There we go. So we had 10 different scents, and we had those in wax melts. We had those in our tins. These are 5-ounce tins, or well, it's an 8-ounce tin with a 5-ounce pour. And then we have our 10-ounce glass candles, and then our wax melts. So we did 30 of everything, 30 wax melts, 30 tin, 30 glass. Oh, and not only that, we also did 30 ceramics, which we are finally out of. The supplier stopped carrying they either stopped carrying a color or they were out of stock. It was a lot to deal with. So we ended up axing that. Anyways, we way overproduced. That's what I'm getting at. We way overproduced. So get this back down. If we were going to do this all over again, I would do bright and fresh, like citrus scents. I would do a masculine scent, a woodsy masculine type of scent. Do something that's more like spa related, something like fresh, relaxing. And then having something like a lavender that's floral, but not like a lilac, a rose, or whatever. Oh yeah, so that Spring Blossom, yeah, it just bombed. Like no one wanted it unless they were like my grandma's age or older. That was the only ones that wanted that, and it just didn't do well. Also because we sell, I think this is part of our targeting of our customers is the people that loved that candle are people that don't want to spend that money for the candle. That's just what it was. And maybe that's just location based or whatnot. But my grandma would have bought $5 candles at Walmart and thought it was a treat, which it is for a lot of people. But anyways, that's not what I'm selling. That's not our price point. So that candle did not work. So we axed it. and I'm finally just getting rid of it. That's like a year and a half old, right? Like, and anyways, lesson learned. Okay, next thing. So what's the best quantity? Oh, what's the best quantity to start at? So what I would do is I would do 6 candles, and I just like make 5 of each version. 5 wax melts, 5 tins, 5 glasses, whatever it is. Just do like 5 or so. See what sells. See what something's not going to sell, and something's going to blow it away. And then you'll know once you start selling, once you get into it, and just go from there. Um, how do I get my candles out there for other than family and friends? Do markets. We love doing markets. So the way it worked with us is we put our brand together and we built a Shopify store, but then we also built an Etsy store just to get it out there. So the biggest two things between Etsy and Shopify, you may already know this, but Etsy people are searching for products and your products can pop up. So they're bringing the audience. Shopify, no one's going to your Shopify looking for your products. They got to know your website, right? Like, so you have to bring your people. So Shopify is fantastic to have, but you've got to drive the traffic, whether it's through your SEO and your blogging and you're ranking high on Google because of that, or you're running paid ads through Google because of that, or you're handing out business cards and you're talking to people and then you have a website to direct them to, so then they can go and buy. Where Etsy, you can send people to your Etsy store, but instead of sending people to Etsy, I'd prefer to send them to my own store. So there's pros and cons of both. They both got fees. Etsy's fees are by the sale. Also, there's like a 20-cent like listing fee. Where Shopify, they've got a monthly subscription, but it's your website. You design it how you want. That's what the question. That's a whole another topic. We can dive way deep into how Shopify works in another video. How to get my so how to get my candles out there to other friends and family. So yeah, get them out on both of those websites. I also think that you need to go to where your customer is. So go to where your target market is. For instance, we have up there, we have some pet odor eliminator candles. We spent like 8 months formulating these with actual odor eliminator. They're fantastic. They work. We try them at home because of our dogs. They work well, and our customers that buy those buy them often. With that said, how do you go out and sell Pet Palace candles? You go to where your customers are. So I join different pet groups where I can kind of chime in and just, meet with other pet owners that are talking about whatever, right? And then you can easily, drop your product there occasionally. Oh, hey, I found these. These work excellent for us. That did well. You can do that with a lot of things. If your niche is, say, sports-based, or it's religious-based, or it's a demographic of, say, women over 50 that are single and they want this or that, you can go and meet your customers where they're at, join groups, and market that way, just how you would market yourself. As far as where you would want things to be sold to you, you can sell to other people there. But you got to do it in a tactful way. You can't just go in there. A lot of these candle groups and things, people are just like dropping stuff for sale, and it's spammy, and no one likes to have that feeling. So you got to do it in a tactful way. But there's lots of opportunities out there. And then also, like, if you are if you're wanting to go after like wholesale and things like that, there's there's so much information out there about how to wholesale. I'm actually putting something together for our people to hopefully learn from soon. So keep an eye out for that. No more on that right now. Let's see. What is the best time to launch? Yesterday. You know what? Like, your brand might morph a little bit. We were very particular. We waited till we had our branding down, till we had our 10 cents down. And then Chad and I spent 2 months producing all these candles, and we produced way too many. But whenever you're ready, once your branding is down, once you know what vessels you're going to want, once you understand your pricing and your costs, just launch. There's no better day than now. So just get it out there. You can make adjustments. You can change your vessels. You can change stuff up. I like to be very organized and structured. That's just how I am. But that doesn't mean that's how you are. That doesn't, mean that that's the way you have to do it. When you have something to sell, just get it out there. And that's what's really good about, I think there was another question about this. About marketing and scaling up. What's great, we love doing markets. I still love to do markets. We just don't have as much time for them. But doing like the markets, and we're going into market season right now, is you get direct feedback right away from customers. So they pick up the candle, you can see the reactions on their face, you can see what they gravitate towards. That's how we knew right away that our citrus type of candles were going to do well. We also could tell, like, oh, that's a strong lilac, those kind of responses. We knew what candles weren't going to do well. Do markets. Before we got into candle making, I only knew of a market in Indianapolis that that was by our house, right? And so I didn't think there was very many markets. I thought there was like one a year. That is absolutely not the case. I was just on a call yesterday with a couple of the students that are going through our boot camp right now, and we were talking about finding markets. Literally on Google, type in craft shows near me, or weekend markets near me, or art fairs near me. And Google now compiles all this information from across the internet and like list these all out. And one of the people that was in Oregon was we typed in his information, and it was like, oh, there's 109 events on this calendar. So you go through all those, see what you would qualify to get into, and apply for those. There's also a couple really good websites. One is Zapplication. It's like application with a Z in front of it, and that's for it's like a central hub where event organizers can have Zapplication receive all your information, your photos of your candles, your products, whatnot, and then they will do like a jury pool or it's an organized way of doing it. So look for markets to do and go and do those. One tip though, because there's a lot of like shady markets out there. There's a lot of markets that you would set up. Candles are not light. It's heavy. It's a lot of work. So you want to make sure that you're gonna, have at least a crowd there to get your feedback from. You might not make a lot of money, but you want to have a crowd to give you feedback. And some of these markets that we've attended before we started doing markets, and we went to some of these and we're like, oh gosh, I'm glad we didn't apply for this, because it was like in an abandoned strip mall, someone ran out the space. And so make sure that the markets that you want to apply for have happened before, that it's not the very first time, and go and look at those Facebook or Instagram or websites and see previous photos from previous markets. You can also, we've had people reach out to us, and we've reached out to other people like, hey, I saw that you did such and such market last spring. Can you tell me how it was? Like, how was it? Was it well organized? There's some markets that are very well organized. And what we like to do is we hop on I call them the market organizer train. So like we find someone that hosts a good market, and we apply, we get in, and then we apply for all of them. And then you just try to become friends with that person. And so that you have a high likelihood of getting accepted into more and more of their shows. Of course, your product has to be good. They're not just accepting you because you're nice to them. However, we always give the organizer a candle as a gift and a thank you. They'll remember that at least. And then they might think of you whenever they do the next market, and they're like, oh, we need another candle person. Also, don't be afraid of them accepting multiple candle people. In a show with probably 100 vendors, there's usually going to be 4 or 5 candle makers, and that's fine. If you watch any of our other videos, we're always the most expensive candles at the markets, but we're there to make money, and it works for us, so that's why we do it. I'll make sure no one's coming in here. Oh, it is cold out there. I feel like kind of rushing by. All right. How to manage a balance between working full-time and starting a business. We did it nights and weekends. It was Chad got off of work at 4:30, and he started testing and blending. And then on the weekends, we did it. And so we would sit around, even if it's, I wanted to watch football or do something, and we would do that and heat gun candles. And so I think the biggest or the most important thing is don't get into candle making because you have to make money. That's tough. That's very tough. Get into candle making because you want to make candles and you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, it's fine. If you're doing it because you're like, oh, I got to make some money, I got to pay my rent, or I got to do this or that, like, it's tough because there's a learning curve to it. We're 2 years into this. We do multi-6 figures as far as our revenue goes. That doesn't mean that's our take home. That we're still figuring things out. We're spending money on ads here and there. So our money is going right. Our revenue is going right back into the business. Most of the time, obviously, we have salaries that we take, but it's not just get rich quick situation. But yes, you can definitely make good money on it. So that's how we would balance it. As long as you enjoy doing it, it's not like work, you know. Looking to create a website, but not sure what should be included on the site. I would always, oh, there's another one here that is, do I do Shopify or WooCommerce? I don't have personal experience with WooCommerce. I do have personal experience with Squarespace and Wix. I would definitely highly recommend going with Shopify. Shopify is optimized for e-commerce. The templates are set up already for you. With the other ones, you actually have to like add in stuff. So like you can build a site on Squarespace and you can add in an e-commerce site, and then you can add in a credit card processor and all of that. Shopify is always all set up for you. They even have their own email system. So like abandoned cart emails go out. We collect people's information whenever they sign up. I know you can do, or whenever they sign onto our website, we have pop-ups and things for them. I know that you can do this stuff on Wix, WooCommerce, Squarespace. I know you can do all that. So I'll get some pushback from people saying, oh, my website's great. Okay. It's not going to work the same way Shopify will. It's not going to have the integrations with third-party apps, especially reporting apps. And if you do build it on another site, you're going to have to start paying $5 for this, $10 for that, $5 for this. And it's going to end up being the same or more expensive than Shopify, which would be like $29 a month or so. With that said, and I'm not getting paid by Shopify. However, I got an email from them this week. I do have an affiliate link. I'll drop it here. It's like $1 for the first month, and then it's the $29 for the basic plan after that. I'll drop that here in case you want that. But with that said, don't go trying to build your Shopify website until you have candles ready to sell. You have your photography done, things like that, because Shopify, there is a learning curve to it, and I'm happy to help you out. I'm also happy to do a tutorial just on how I build a Shopify store, because this week I've been rebuilding ours. So if you look on my website right now, today, in the next 2 days, 3 days, it's going to be completely different. We use a free theme right now. We've used a free theme forever. However, I'm trying out a different one just to give our website a different vibe. Anyways, I'm going to drop that affiliate link for you if you want to click on it, try it out for 30 days, whatever you want to do. But also reach out to me, and I can always help you with stuff whenever I'm free. And let's see here. Do I need a LLC or business license? Depends. Where are you at in your business? Are you still real small? Are you only going to sell on Etsy or something like that? You don't need all of that. It's good to have that. We'll get into that. Well, let's just get into it now. Candle insurance. Legally, you don't need it. Should you have it? Absolutely. You really should. You should protect yourself. You should protect what you do have. But legally, you don't technically have to have candle making insurance. And that's why you can sell candles on Etsy without providing proof of insurance. You're liable as an individual, or your LLC is liable for it, but that would be tied to you. And when I say LLC, I just mean like your business structure. Some people are set up differently than that. But in general, you should have a business. Also, when you want to sell so when you sell on online marketplaces, and I think people get this confused a lot. When you sell on online marketplaces such as Etsy or through Facebook, eBay, Amazon, any of those, they have to collect sales tax as an online marketplace. They are responsible now for collecting sales tax and remitting that to the IRS. You don't do that. You do not collect sales tax when someone buys from you on Etsy or Amazon or Facebook. However, that doesn't mean you don't pay taxes. You then take your sales and you will submit them to your accountant, or if you do it yourself, that is income. And so you'll have to claim that as income on your own taxes or your business's taxes. But sales tax that someone pays on top of the purchase price is handled by the marketplace. However, if you want to sell out at markets or in person or in a store, you've definitely got to have your business license to be able to collect sales tax and remit it to the state. So go and get it. Getting an LLC, don't pay. I don't want to tell you what to do. I would highly recommend that you try to establish your business without hiring it out first. Give it a try. However, I would recommend talking to someone to make sure that you're setting up what you need to. Call a CPA and say, hey, can I get 15 minutes of your time? Get on the phone with them, chat with them. Hey, this is where I'm at. This is what my income is currently. This is kind of my structure. I'm not going to have employees, or I am going to have employees. What kind of structure should I set up? Take that free consultation or that $50 phone call and go to your state's website and set up your business. There are so many sites out there like LegalZoom and these other ones that I personally would just stay away from. I'm not giving you advice. You should talk to a certified professional accountant or a bookkeeper or someone that can give you that kind of advice, or an attorney. There's my disclaimer. However, you should be able to just Google it, look it up, and do it yourself. That's what I did. And then my accountant was impressed, and then he actually changed us over to an S Corp this last year because of our employees and all that. Okay, done with that. How do you know when it's time to quit your day job and jump in with both feet? When you are losing out on making more money than what you would be making by doing both. So what I mean by that is I kept my 9-to-5 job, and then I helped out with the shop in the evenings. And say my contribution was allowing the business to make another $100 that day. And if I was to quit my day job, I would be able to help out and help the business make another, say, $500 a day. If that $500 is more than what I'm making in my day job, that tells me I need to quit my day job for that. With that said, I wouldn't do that until you have plenty of money saved up for the, oh shoot, it didn't work, in case that happened. Make sure you have a nest egg that you're sitting on. We put all of our money back into the business, and because we needed to grow. So it's not just I'm starting to make some money. Or I'm making enough money to live off of, so let's just quit that day job. Yeah, but you want to be able to grow. You want to be able to scale. You want to be able to buy a $1,500 wax melter, and you're going to have a sense that you're going to spend a few $100 on these oils, and then they're just going to bomb and not do good. So don't quit your day job until you are comfortable in your financial situation that you're in. Your candles are selling and selling well, and keeping your day job is preventing you from making more money. That's what my advice would be, I guess, on that. How to market candles online. I kind of touched on this. Meet your customers where they're at. If your candles are religious based or pet focused or sports, meet them where they are. What communities do they hang out in? What Facebook groups are they? Who do you need to follow on Instagram and all that stuff? I don't do any of the TikTok. I'm too old. I don't understand it. It changes every week, I think. But if that's your customer and you can do all that stuff, good for you. Do it. How to market? Okay. If you could, and we're just at 30 minutes. I'm going to wrap up here, I think. If you could, would you go back and start from the beginning and do it all over again? Absolutely. Because I could leave right now and I could go back to my old field of work if I wanted to. And it's a pretty cool. I come from podcast operations. It was pretty cool, and I could go back and do that if I wanted to. But I love this. I love watching a business grow. I love oh shoot, we got to do this, we got to do that. Like we just opened the store that I'm in, and we thought we were going to chill for the next couple of years, and then another space opened up in the little town that we just would love to be into. So now we're opening another shop in a month, and it's like, what are we doing? It's crazy. It's hectic. Organized chaos is what I like to call it. So I would absolutely do it over again. But that question is coming to someone that's doing okay and doing well now. In a couple of years from now, hopefully we're doing even better and growing even more. But yeah, I love the excitement. I love the excitement. And there was a question of, does it ever get old? I don't think so. We try to keep it fresh. Chad's always got his mind turning with new scents. We have some really cool lines coming out here shortly. One is our first ever custom vessels, where we actually had someone make these for us, which they look really simple, but it was a lot of work had to go into it. So we have a whole line coming out around that. And then we also got some a couple other new things, scent wise coming out. So there's unlimited scents out there. You can always keep creating. One way Chad keeps it fresh is we do a candle of the month So on the first Friday of every month, we release a new candle. Friday's a good day to people get paid. So we always do it first Friday. And so every month so like this one and this one. So these are like our last two candles of the month. This one is February's and this is March's. If you notice, we put them in the exact same vessel. So, and then we just put one of our nice stickers on the front of it. This prevents us from wasting money on labels. Where we put, for instance, this one is like sugared petals. Like if we put that across here, and then printing is expensive if you're having it professionally done, like we do. It gets very, very expensive. And so we use the same vessel and the same label for the front, and then we just put the scent and all the information on the bottom, so we can tell the difference there. Okay, that's it. It's been 30 minutes. Sorry this ran long. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you have a good weekend. And drop questions, comments, whatever below. We will get to those. Let's see, where's this gonna be? On our website, if you go to it, igniteyourcraft.com. At the top there now, there's a spot where it says blogs. So we will have a lot of information that we keep feeding out there, videos like this. So there'll be more of them out there. Or you can, YouTube, whatever. Don't forget, candle making from a hobby to a business is a Facebook group. So if you're not there, come join us. Let's hang out. We do screen everyone, so you got questions that you got to answer on your way in. We don't like the spam that a lot of these other groups have been taken over by. So we moderate it really quick. So if you ask to join, it might take a couple of days for us to accept you in there, just because we're staying busy right now. So do that. Don't forget our supply list and our calculators on our website. At the top there, where I just said to go for the blogs, just over next to it, it'll say free resources. Click on that, and it'll drop down our supply list. So the supplies for everything we make, from our heat gun to our melter to our vessels to our fragrance oil suppliers to our labels, our spray bottles, our scales, all that stuff. We keep them on a list, and it's a checklist to start your candle business, essentially. You can download it. It's completely free. We also have some discount codes in there too. So we worked with Makesy. Makesy gave us a nice discount code to share with you guys. What else have we got? I've got a Shopify thing where you can get the first month for $1, and Inventora, the inventory system that we use for building candles. It's great because you can put your recipes in there. Like, for instance, this needed a sticker on the front. It needed a vessel. It needed a 1/4 ounce of this fragrance and a 1/4 ounce of that fragrance. It needed a dust cover. It needed a label on the bottom. You put all those different things into Inventora, and it will compute exactly how much that candle costs to make, which is really good. Because we also put our shipping charges in there, because shipping, as you probably already know, is extremely costly in this business to receive your supplies. So you put all that stuff in Inventora, and it will calculate exactly your cost of goods. So then you can start doing your pricing based on that. Oh, and don't go off at just 3x or 4x your price of goods, or your cost of goods to figure out your pricing. That's a completely backwards way of pricing your candles. I do have another video that I made on pricing your candles. So find that. It's in the blog. It's on YouTube. Or if you're in the Facebook group, just scroll down. It'll be there. What else is there? No, let's leave it at that. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.